All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our little training we're doing today on how to revitalize your health with mineral balancing. I'm Lydia Joy Shatney, nutritional therapist, and I have with me here today Alisa Borges, and I'm going to introduce her in a minute. We wanted to stop by and share a little bit of insights with you today regarding mineral balancing. What is it? So I hope you are excited about this topic. And if you want to revitalize your health, this training is for you, especially if you want more energy and stamina, or mental clarity and better moods, and you want a healthy metabolism so that you can keep your weight in a good place. As well as if you want improved sleep or a better immune system and even less aches and pains. So if you're concerned especially about your lack of energy and it's really affecting your life, maybe your job, your family, maybe you just don't feel like yourself anymore, you're really going to love this training that we're doing today, because we're going to be sharing a little bit more about how we both solve those issues through mineral balancing. And so you may know who I am, but you maybe haven't heard my story yet. And I just want to share a few things with you about my health. So I'm a single mom. I have 4 boys, 18, 14, 12, and 10. So I stay pretty busy. And I went through a pretty rough divorce about 8 years ago. And my health struggled for many years after, and I ended up with severe adrenal fatigue. And if you don't know what adrenal fatigue is, basically your body is so fatigued, you have very low energy, just to have a really hard time coping. Your body tends to get sick more easily. Maybe you get more back pain more easily. You're just more susceptible to things like food sensitivities, maybe even skin issues, and so much. And my biggest thing was severe reactive hypoglycemia, which meant I would get dizzy and pass out or lightheaded. I had to travel with snacks in my purse. When I would go into buildings with bright lights, I would literally walk around in a big fog, like I was going to almost pass out. And I was able to relieve that with nutritional therapy, thankfully. It took some time, but my adrenals never really truly healed. And so it wasn't until I started with mineral balancing that I relieved myself of all of the symptoms. I had severe brain fog. I had anxiety and I didn't even know it. I would just get oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. You ever feel that way? And it would take over my whole body, and I would just get so stressed. And I had things like asthma, horrible seasonal allergies, chronic eczema that was horrible. I did a whole podcast about that. And just so many problems. And it was just really affecting my quality of life. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this with others, because I know it has the potential to relieve so many core problems that people have today. And they just don't feel like themselves, and they want to overcome these big problems. So that's just a little snippet into what I was dealing with, and all of that is gone. I have beautiful skin on my hands now. I had horrible eczema. It was horrible. I haven't used an inhaler in a long, long time, and I was on one for close to 25 years, So it's pretty radical and exciting, and I want to share more about it with you, as well as I want you to be able to hear from Alisa, because I've been working with clients for the past 5 years and the past 3 through hair tissue mineral analysis. And my practice grew so large that I needed help. And Alisa went through my holistic mineral balancing program for practitioners. And she also took another training program that I created called Ignite for nutritional therapy practitioners, which has a little bit more mindset and coaching. And so I got to know her really well. And she is coming on board to help me out with clients. And so we're both here today to educate you and let you get to know us. So Alisa, welcome. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Lydia. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone and just tell us a little bit about you and a little bit more about what got you into this and your health concerns that you overcame as well.
You bet. So, hi everyone. My name's Alisa Borges, and like Lydia said, I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner. What led me to become a nutritional therapy practitioner was my own health issues, which I've struggled with since really my teens, probably before that. But in my teens, I became really in pain because I had some digestive problems that I couldn't figure out. But the pain that I would have deep in my stomach would literally mean I would have to be in bed for at least a day, sometimes 2 days, curled up in a ball in pain. That's really when I began seeing a lot of doctors to try to solve this, and nobody really provided any answers. And it would periodically come and go, so it was kind of hard to track down, but a couple times a month, perhaps, this would happen, and it prevented me from being in school, and it really began to sap my energy. So this really lasted up until my 30s, but it impacted my life. Now, between my teens and my 30s, obviously a lot of life happened. I went to school, I started a career, I met the man that I fell in love with, I started a family, I had a child. All of these pretty big lifestyle changes, were big. They were great, but they added a lot of stress in my life. So with those digestive problems and this additional, just all the things happening, I really tanked in my energy. I became so fatigued, and I still had these digestive troubles that it was impacting my life. I was not able to do the things that give me joy and passion. And I live I live in Alaska, and so what we do here is often, we're outside. We want to be skiing or hiking or kayaking, and I was not able to do these things. I began to become depressed. Then I had a lot of anxiety as well, and it began to impact my job. At the time, I was a school teacher. I've been to so many doctors, by the way, put in MRIs, I've been just numerous things, and always no answers to what was to my problems. So I eventually began to seek out alternative health care to find answers, and I was lucky to be paired up with a doctor who really addressed nutrition for the first time. This is crazy that it didn't happen before then. So with that, I was able to begin the process of healing. My digestion improved. Sleep was also a big problem. Energy began to come back. But really, and that was so powerful to me that I thought, oh my gosh, I was able to do this naturally through foods, through supplements, through learning how to take care of myself a little bit better. And I wanted to help others do the same. It was so powerful to me that I knew this was my calling. I knew I needed to change my career. And that's why I became a nutritional therapy practitioner. Now with the HTMA, like Lydia said, wow, it really, although I felt immediately better through these changes, it really wasn't until I took the course and learned about HTMA and began working with HTMA on myself. I've been doing that for, 2 years now on myself, that really lasting, deeper changes have come about. And I can say now I have no digestive problems. I am like a great digester. I can eat. I eliminate great. I feel the energy from my foods. I sleep well. I am enjoying life. I'm active. I'm feeling passionate and really good. And I do feel that the HTMA is just it's a real life changer, and it's helping me. It's helped my family. I work with several clients who have who come to me with similar issues: energy, digestion, sleep, and it's been just a great tool. So super happy that I learned about it and that it's part of my practice now.
Yeah, so HTMA stands for hair tissue mineral analysis, in case anyone was wondering, because it's lingo we're just so familiar with. And the beautiful thing about this tool, it's not just the test per se, but it's just really helping to allow us to tap into each person's unique kind of body picture, so to speak. So biochemistry is really, but you kind of like get to take a look under the hood, so to speak, and really see where your body is at. And we know that minerals are so crucial because they're like the spark plugs of our life. So this is a big piece that's missing in a lot of people's health programs and such, that, you know, once you get going with it, it's like, it almost feels miraculous, because it's like, wow, I did so much before. And then when I started this, you know, I had this whole new experience. So it's just kind of the icing on the cake of nutritional therapy to really take you another level further. And so, you know, really it can help anyone. But the majority of people today are tired and just kind of like, you know, fatigued, and maybe they don't have good moods. Maybe they have some kind of other problem in their body. You kept talking about digestion. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? You know, you could have just feel really full and bloated, or not go to the bathroom every day, or have pain in your stomach somewhere and you just don't know what it is. Maybe you have reflux or heartburn or gas, which is like embarrassing. You know, there's so many things that could play a role in what digestion, you know, could be a symptom of digestion, I should say. So I just want to tap in a little bit more to, you know, helping women, especially because we both work with so many women, and that's usually the people who are really seeking for help. I just want to talk a little bit about, you know, some of the roadblocks everyone has when they're trying to figure out their health, when they're trying to overcome all these health problems that they're experiencing: energy, mood, you know, PMS, maybe going through menopause too soon, you know, whatever it may be. Poor sleep. I mean, I don't know anybody who says they have great sleep anymore, right? So, and a lot of women experience things like anxiety. That's actually really prevalent. And so we work with all of these kinds of things through this very amazing tool. And some of the biggest things that are stopping people from really getting forward motion are, you know, figuring things out for themselves. Like, they're just overwhelmed, and, you know, what foods to eat, you know, because there is a plethora of information that's very conflicting out there regarding a healthy diet. You know, so a lot of people are struggling with energy, and they're too tired to figure it out. So they stay stuck in this, like, oh, I'm just going to jack myself up with coffee and then, you know, stimulants, and just kind of get through, right? So they're too tired to really figure anything out and take those steps to have healthier habits and really get to work. Because it does take effort, right? And then we're all just bombarded with stress, right? Is that something you hear from people?
Oh yeah. I think the majority of my clients come to me with some level of stress, definitely. Yeah. And like you said, energy, overwhelm, what to eat, you know, no idea. There's just, you know, you get information on one thing, and then there's something else that looks better, and they just don't know what to eat. And they have fear too about eating, which we shouldn't feel.
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's a lot of stress today, you know, commuting to work, getting to work, taking care of the kids, you know, juggling all these plates in our life, you know, time management, family, you know, right now, a lot of people are under, you know, actual environmental stress, you know, and things that are going on in our world right now are pretty huge, pretty stressful. And the thing is stress is never going to let up. So, you know, that's a big one. And I have so many people come to me and say, Lydia, I was in a car accident last week, and I didn't freak out, and I just was so calm, and I just can't even believe that I handled it so well when normally I would have been like a complete wreck, and these are the kinds of things people are saying to me after getting going on their program. And just like, to them, that's like a very big sign that their body is just like handling things way better. So anxiety, I just read some statistics. I forget what they were, but it's like 1 in 3 people are on an anti-anxiety medication. And then oftentimes people are on them for many years. And so then they end up going on another one because they never really resolve the anxiety issue. And so one thing that we see is women come in and they have a lot of anxiety, and it can be very hormonally related, but there's a huge mineral connection to this. And I have had so many women say their anxiety was completely gone. Mm-hmm. And they had spent years working with a therapist on meds, and none of it touched the anxiety or fully resolved it, I should say. It did help some, but it never really went away. Mm-hmm. And so, this is a big thing that's stopping people from really getting better or taking action, right? They have all this anxiety, and when you have anxiety, it's another form of stress and overwhelm, right? What else do we have? So a lot of people they struggle with cravings, right? Maybe even feeling a little guilty about it, a little wrong because they have cravings. They feel wrong, like a little embarrassed to share. And that's something we work with, right? And then just in our culture, generally speaking, I think people are just unclear on dietary choices. We've gone for so long and so far away from, what our like great grandparents ate, which was just real food. And so we're all kind of at the effect of this, right? So those are some of the biggest things that we both see that are really stopping people from reaching their health goals, and they just need clarity. Maybe you're watching this and you resonate with some of those. And so now we just want to share, some of the solutions that working through these health conditions and symptoms with an HTMA program in hand can really provide you. So Alisa, do you want to share more about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. I wanted to just add to that. Oftentimes, a lot of people are searching for energy, and so they begin to take a lot of supplements because they've heard, for example, maybe vitamin D is, they're missing link to having energy, and that will help them overcome their fatigue. So it's really common for people to just begin to take a lot of supplements. And sometimes those supplements aren't beneficial to improving your energy. And the HTMA, it's really powerful tool to uncover specifically which supplements your body needs at this point in time and which are going to, not support your what you need at this point in time. And I was supplementing, as an example, with a lot of vitamin D because I live in a climate that doesn't have a lot of sun, and we're told here that we need a lot of vitamin D to have energy. Well, for me, after I took my first HTMA, I found out that supplement alone was really slowing me down and creating more fatigue. So that is really a fabulous benefit of an HTMA. Is you can get really clear on what you need to feel better right now and stop wasting your money on all those supplements that you may not need. So that's one thing I just wanted to add in there.
Yeah.
But it does provide also, we get this window, as Lydia mentioned earlier, into your biochemistry, what's going on inside you, and it allows us to begin to balance those minerals out and give you energy right away. So that's something I noticed, that beginning the HTMA, within a couple months, I felt more energy. I felt better quickly. So that's a huge benefit, and my sleep improved too. So the other piece that's really great is that it offers an opportunity to find out which heavy metals are in your body, how well your body is able to get rid of or detox those, and how that's impacting your energy. And so it provides both a short-term, boost, but also a long-term way about, working on detoxing metals that continue to improve your energy and your health overall in the long term. So it's a multi-dimensional tool. It gives you some immediate relief and then long-term goals to continue to feel better and better as you continue to work on this. Huge game changer for myself and my clients here. So
yeah, that's great. So the beauty of working with a practitioner to get this kind of support with this tool is that you have someone guiding you and supporting you and working with you right where you're at to see your individual needs versus trying to go online and find some diet and follow some guru who has some plan that's supposed to work for everyone, or getting conflicting information from different Google searches or Facebook groups or whatever. You get to work on you and take the guesswork out of it. And so it's really helpful to understand this process. I think a lot of people have questions about it. At least I'm getting questions on, like, I don't really understand what this entails or why I would need it or how it benefits me. And so we just wanted to take a little bit of that question out of that for you. And, really it's just some basic solutions to provide you relief from, that fatigue you're dealing with, the brain fog that you might have, the anxiety that you're struggling with. Maybe you have some of the complaints that we talked about in your digestion or poor sleep. Your body isn't just like this symptom needs this pill and this symptom needs that pill. It works as a whole. And we get to see kind of this really cool broad picture of how it is working as a whole. And it's just so cool. So we would love to just hear from you. If you have questions, you're welcome to reply to this video and ask them via email. We're also currently enrolling folks in our HTMA program. And it's 3 sessions to take you through, to really get to know you and understand your health concerns and goals, give you a dietary framework to work with, and really help boost your metabolism, as well as to know exactly what supplements you need, and have someone guide you through implementing some lifestyle changes, and really understand the process of mineral balancing. So we have some spots open this month for folks who want to jump on board, and I will make sure that you have a link to check that out, and we would love to support you, and Alisa will be taking care of you if you decide to join. So thanks so much for joining us today and watching, and we will be back with another training soon. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Alisa.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.